I can freestyle and beat on my chest at the same fucking time. What up, Elron Humperdinck? Weird ass screen name ass nigga. Weird ass screen name ass nigga. Y'all climb it. Damn, only one person in here? There's only one person in the building though. I'm about to freestyle then. Well, it must be close to the Armageddon, Lord. You know that I won't fly by the lesson you taught me. Pulling my weapon you brought me. And I'm stressing this softly. Get them up off me, cause always, whatever hard, it be bomb, but your fellow my ghetto, I will see it, get on my level, like cake. Shout out to Busy Bone. Oh, hey, more people. Hey, guys. I didn't even know I hit the live button. Oops. Birds in the building. All my birds in the building. That's right. Sing for me like I'm a Disney princess. Sing. That's right. Because that's what you do. Stop me and pop me, nigga, they got me fucked now. Little pockets get you spread, it get mad, it get damage all y'all. I talk about it, man, you don't really want it cause they corner and I want to up jump. I'd rather say that we came to shut them up down. So quit the test for yes, the clear war now, bro. When I get the gun for the murder, my horror for what they did it to a pause of the cause and not feeling put it out a piss a little nigga with my fuck them niggas is on. What up, Louis Gelagos? What up with you? All y'all fall busy getting bitches to test me, bless the floor, and any attempt to arrest and stress me, Lord, looking to death with the last of my breath, follow my kids, they don't sin in my steps, yet the weapon is kept in the best of my secrets. Follow down the road, stroll and meet karma. Everything I do is seen to cause drama. Ready for a war like a knight in my armor. Bomb you. So quick to test us. Nigga wanna press the seat dust. For the love of the lust. Niggas busting on us. Hit them up with that buck 12 gauge erupt. It's all the war. Putting people on the floor when I'm coming through the door. Bringing nothing but terror. Causing much pain to the nigga that dead us. BG, you got any knowledge on the subject of there should be 13 months or 28 days, and that April 1st is actually the new year, and that's why it's called April Fool's? Well, I don't have no knowledge on that. I don't even really want to talk about that. I mean, the days, all the answers you seek are in the Bible. Okay, you on that thuggish, ruggish, boom. Okay, a gaggle of mockingbirds. A gaggle of mockingbirds have joined the chat. A fucking gaggle, that means two or more mockingbirds. Just call them a gaggle. I don't know what the fuck else to call them. The answers you seek are in Exodus and Leviticus. That is all. Hit it, get it to my nigga that they get down with the dirty and they don't fuck around. Fuck a couple of rounds and they pass it through to hit the ground. Don't get caught up in the crossfire. Nigga, artillery thick and you don't want to get the fucking with this. Straight up another fucker pretend I reload, buck a little more. Leave the scene for the popos, even know who you looking for. Don't know, motherfucker with a leather face. Hey, man, said I ran this way, said I ran that. But the bitch will never know cause I got a way. A criminal mind, they keep a nigga on the level sometimes to get high and analyze your crime. Come here, come here. Man, two. Which Bible though? It really doesn't matter. The answer you seek is in any version. Thuggish, ruggish bone. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone. It don't matter which version you pick up, Sharp. I'm gonna tell it to you like this. The answers you seek are in any of them. I don't give a fuck if it's the NIV, the KJV. I don't give a fuck if it's the NRM. I don't give a fuck if it's the Nat Serum. It's in there. The days, what constitutes a year, the new moon cycle, how that was observed, how all feasts were observed. Yeah, all that shit in there, man. You just gotta look. It right there. Go read go read Exodus and Leviticus. That's all I'm gonna say, cause I don't feel like getting into it, especially today. But I'm gonna point you in the right direction without giving you my input, so people can't say, "Oh, that's what BG think." Man, that shit right there in Exodus, it's in Leviticus, clear as fucking day. Let's talk about smoking wood. Nigga, oak wood all fucking day, every day, any time, anywhere, any place. I'm oak wood down to the socks. Did you see my wood wall? That's all you need. Ain't even no need to talk about smoking wood because you already know my answer. Oak wood. I had a guy coming talking to me the other day talking about I use apple. I be looking for apple sometimes. Looking for apple. Now I offered the nigga some hickory wood chunks because I got a surplus of them bitches. He was talking about I don't really do. I do apple. I like apple. And every now and then I get my hands on some pear. I was like, hey boy, you moist as fuck. Get the fuck out of my driveway with that bullshit. Applewood, smoke, granola. Man, oak. Real men use oak. I've grown quite fond of hickory over the past year. You know, I'm not gonna hold you. I like hickory, but it doesn't compare to oak. I also like cherry too, so I give me a hold of some good cherry logs and buck that up and cut it into 13-inch splits so it fits my Oklahoma Joe's offset smoker. Give me a nice bed of coals going and throw on 3 sticks of cherry wood and leave the door halfway cracked. Wait till all the white smoke clear, and when you see that thin blue smoke coming out the smokestack and blowing away from the door, go ahead, throw your meat on there. Yeah, I like cherry. That's pretty much all I use now is just cherry. I use cherry, hickory, and oak. That's pretty much it. It's the thuggish, bruggish bone. BG got his Easter colors on. Shout out to Hot 1 and Hot 2. Shout out to the Hots collectively. They're known as the Hots. Yeah, I just got back from Walmart. I just got back from Walmart. Get Jake break. I just got back from Walmart getting my charcoal and my motor oil, 5W30 for my equipment and my mowers that I'll be bringing in this month, uh, and a couple other miscellaneous things. And people were in there doing the fuck I want. I feel like in the 90s, people dressed up. You can see more people dressed up more for Easter. Like people been slipping these past couple years. Like I remember in the early 2000s, not even early, back in 2009, the early 2010s, people were hitting the stores with they best on. Now you just see like regular people just look like a regular Sunday. Shout out to regular Sunday people though. But nah, I just got finished before I went to Walmart. I had cut the front yard with the Gravely, excuse me, not the Gravely, but with the Aaron's Apex, and the deck is too damn big for my front yard because I got so many divots and low spots and high spots. It's like I got, and then the 52-inch deck, it doesn't slap like my 46, like the 48-inch deck that was on my Hustler Sport. So my front yard requires no more than a 48-inch deck. Anything above 48 inches is just going to leave a whole bunch of uncut spots because all the highs and lows. But a 42-inch deck really hugs the curves, the highs and lows in my front yard. Because my front yard, that shit wild, son. Now back here is a different story. I like whatever Kroger has in stock. Shout out to Kroger and shout out to people that shop at Kroger. Anomaly got bars. Shout out to Anomaly, but that nigga does not have bars. That nigga has everything else but bars. That nigga, he got crybaby ass election advice, but that nigga don't got bars. I don't know. Anomaly watches me too. Anomaly, I know you watching. You can't rap, son. You don't have bars. You don't. Shit is like people got so used to saying cringe that I'm looking for another word. I can't just sit up here and say your rap is cringe. I don't know, man. I'ma just say your rap give me a stomach ulcer. Like that shit just give me gas. That shit give me gas, man. That shit give me heartburn. Your rap give me heartburn. Like that shit is just bad. That shit make me your track make me wanna stop at the Eckerd and go pick up some fucking Rolaids and just chew on them bitches. Try to make it through the day after hearing one of your verses. It's the thuggish ruggish bone. I don't know anything about anything, but I don't think Noah care. Shout out to Noah, and shout out to people named Noah. But his hair is nice. But shout out to Anomaly though, man. That's my favorite YouTuber, and y'all ain't just gonna pile in here and just talk shit about him. That's my favorite YouTuber of all time. So how much interspecies erotica is there in this movie? Are you talking about Godzilla Kong? Ain't no weird goofy gay shit in there. There wasn't no gay shit throughout that whole movie. The shit was for real, to be honest with you. Where's Severe Duty at? Is Severe Duty in here? I can't even start the review before Severe Duty get in here, because my favorite YouTuber is the guy who made that 10-hour Nyan cat loop. Yeah, shout out to him. I don't know who the fuck you talking about, though. But shout out to him. That's the kick. When I was in the Gogo band and we used to hit the stage, we'll have 5 minutes. Well, like we played at the CFE in Forestville, Maryland. We hit the stage. Each band had 5 minutes. We hit the stage. As soon as your foot touched that, as soon as somebody from your band foot touched the stage, boop, the countdown started. So you had to work with the sound man and perform your lineup of songs all within that 5-minute slot. Soon as a random nigga foot hit the stage, they're like, yo, time running, come on. So you with the sound man, lead Mike, try and get his microphone. He like, yo, two levels, bring the levels up. Bring the levels up. The Congo play, he over there. Sound man bringing the bass player. You gotta get everything right. The keyboard player, chirp, get the sound right. The drummer, you gotta. Our drummer was fancy. He had to bring his own bass drum. So we used to pile in the minivan. When the homie picked us up, we used to pile in the minivan and be squished back there because a big dumbass bass drum. And then he stuffed the drum with clothes. Like he didn't trust, like you had the drummer had the option of using the bass drum that was provided for them, and then they set everything else up. But our drummer was special. He was unique as fuck. He was like, nah, that nigga used to stuff the bass drum with sweaters and all other types of shit. And when he was checking his sound, the sound man, two, had the microphone right there, call him by the foot. We called them foots, by the foot. That's exactly how it sound. You be like, yo, you good? They be like, yeah, I'm good. Happy Easter. Yeah, I ain't even trying to go there. Word, shout out to Backyard and Buggy. Yeah, shout out to TCB. Man, shout out to Polo when he was here doing his thing. TCB ain't been the same since he died. Shout out to TOB. Shout out to ABM. Shout out to AAO. Shout out to Reaction Band. Shout out to Junkyard Band. Shout out to Sugar Bear and them niggas. Shout out to Rare Essence. Shout out to Raw Image. Shout out to CCB. Yeah. Shout out to all the bands except for Chuck Brown Band, the Soul Search, because I ain't listen to them niggas. I wasn't a fan of Chuck Brown. Nigga did too many pocket beats, man. Tech has a new song, nice. Shout out to Tech 9. I just don't listen to that nigga. Shout out to him though. What up, Lil O Man, aka Slow as fuck in the left lane, aka Let me get a beef and broccoli. No beef or broccoli, just juice. No beef or broccoli, just juice, please. In the cup. How y'all usually do it. I'm at the Caracan airport waiting for my flight home. Caraco. Caraco. I don't even, what country is, where is that? Is that, where are you? I've never heard of that. You sound like you way out yonder somewhere. That's in Virginia, right? That ain't in Virginia. Don't do that. I know every square inch of Virginia. I know all our animal species and everything. I know every tree species that grow here. I know everything. The highs, the lows. Will you be willing to star as the dwarf in the next Lord of the Rings movie? Nah, because I don't watch Lord of the Rings. That shit was whack as fuck. I can't get in. Who the fuck is cooking? Who the fuck is cooking? Yo, that's oak wood too. Yo, that's oak. It's oak, but it's not my oak. It still smell good though. Somebody cooking like shit. Somebody on the grill like shit. They not just on the grill, that's a smoker. That shit got an offset. That's an offset smoker with a firebox. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can smell a difference between grills that are being used. Yes, sir. Ain't nothing on there but some hot dogs though. But they using oak. They using the good shit for hot dogs. Blasphemy. Supposed to use that oak for brisket, ribs, roast. Okay, I'm back. Okay, all right, what we got? I heard Candace and Shapiro Bone smoked a peace blunt. Man, fuck everybody. Who the fuck is building? Who the fuck? Somebody just decided to start building a trapper shack in the middle of my fucking live stream. I think that him right there too, setting up a European yurt. This nigga waited till I went live for that to build a yurt. What we got? Yeah, fuck. Nice island, great food. Oh, it's an island somewhere. That's what's up. Where in the States do you live? If that's okay for me to ask. Man, listen. It's more than okay. Motorcycle. Oh no, that was definitely a Subaru. That was definitely a Subaru. Who the fuck? Who the fuck redlined the Subaru right there? That nigga just blew a head gasket too. Yeah, I'm in Virginia. There's a lot going on out here. I'm in Virginia. You already know that. Siren. No, that's the police. That yep, chasing that Subaru ass nigga that just blew past. Y'all heard it, right? I'm rooting for the cops. People be like, fuck the police. Nah, I'm going to cheer the police on. Go catch that nigga in that Subaru blowing head gaskets on 95. All right, what we got? Yeah, cool. I am in Europe. Oh, that's why you didn't know. Yeah, I'm in Virginia. Yo, since you in Europe, I'm going to tell you this right now because a lot of people not going to tell you this about America. If you plan a trip to come to America, you cannot go back to Europe and say you actually went to America without stepping foot in Virginia. Virginia made America what it is today. If it wasn't for Virginia, if it wasn't for the whole James River situation, the Powhatan Indians popping with the English that came over here, on the English tip, now if you in Spain or you in France or you like something, nah, but for the English or people in the UK, Virginia. People gonna be like, nah, well, Plymouth Rock didn't land. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on that. They're gonna be like, yo, but the Puritans and all, nah, these niggas came here before the Puritans and set up a colony right fucking here. Them niggas wasn't doing too good up north. Right here in Virginia. That's where it all started at. Yeah, all right. What, Candace Owens out there opening for BG? Yeah, fuck Candace Owens and fuck Ben Shapiro. Fuck that whole situation. I don't give a fuck about none of them. Respectfully. It's in the Caribbean, close to Aruba. Okay. Oh, okay. Like I know where that's at, but yeah, okay. All right. Don't get. Who the fuck started? What fire truck? That's a fire truck. Something on fire. Funny you live stream every time I'm at the airport coming home from vacation. Happened last time too. You go on a lot of vacations. Who the fuck got into an accident now? That dumbass Subaru that the police were chasing. Yo, oh, wait a minute. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, so he finished the hot dogs. Ooh, okay, that's corned beef. Yeah, that's corned beef brisket right there. Yes. I smell cabbage too. I smell cabbage. Corned beef brick. What the fuck is this, the UK? That shit smell good. That shit slap. That shit smell like it slap though. I'm about to quit this broadcast and go hop on the grill. Fuck that. I can't have my neighbor showing me up. Which one of you niggas is it? It's definitely coming from that direction right there. Follow me nose. What a one nigga that always hop in here. Why you breathing up all the white man air with them nostrils? Because your ass need to go back to Europe. That's why. Take your ass back to Europe. You don't gotta worry about my Negro nostrils breathing up the air. You know there's people that do cocaine like that too. And speaking of cocaine, man, let's get to the Godzilla and Kong movie. So when I hung up the broadcast yesterday, me and the missus, we headed up to a theater to go watch Godzilla Kong. Now this is a spoiler, this spoiler review, but I'm not going to do the whole fucking movie. It was certain parts of the movie that I honed in on and was like, man, that's bullshit. Not because it was a bad movie per se, but because what the fuck? Like, first of all, you had this nigga Godzilla, right? You had this nigga Godzilla. Godzilla was coked up the whole fucking movie, son. I don't even think that was coke. Godzilla was on methamphetamines. Like, this nigga, Godzilla is a whole junkie. I'm telling you this right now, son. The movie opened up after Kong go through his little bullshit phase of loneliness in Hollow Earth. It cuts to Godzilla getting into it with somebody. Like, this nigga was at pump 5, the other nigga was at pump 6. Thought he said something to him. What you say? He was like, yo, who the fuck you looking at like that, though? And Godzilla just like, all right, nigga, you about to catch this fade. Godzilla on some Goku shit from Dragon Ball Z. He just want to fight the best fighter. He don't give a fuck where they are. Godzilla also does not care about personal property. So boom, movie open up. Shit, Godzilla, cut to Godzilla. Godzilla is fighting a crab. Yeah, real shit. Godzilla is fighting a fucking crab. And I remember thinking like, yo, this shit crazy as fuck. Godzilla cracked the crab and then started roaring into the sky like he was just methed up. Like he just did a whole bunch, like he just this nigga Godzilla, right? So then you got Godzilla. So let's gloss over the shit that Kong was going through, because he wasn't king yet, but Kong was going through some shitty shit. This nigga Godzilla caught wreck with every kaiju that he could sense. I don't know how these niggas were, I don't know what the fuck this nigga was using echolocation to find these niggas, but Godzilla attacked a nuclear base, a nuclear plant in France. So they're like, it blue. They're shooting at them with their guns. And I'm like, why the fuck do y'all do this in movies where niggas see something that's like fucking 600 feet tall and they think their Gatling guns are going to take this shit down? Nevertheless, Godzilla made short work of them niggas. Then he proceeded to the plant where Godzilla just snorted. No bullshit. Like, when I say snort, remember Al Pacino in Scarface? Godzilla made his way to the nuclear giant and just the airplanes was around Godzilla, right? They was like, get him, shoot him. Nigga had the joystick, it was like, pew, pew. Godzilla was like, ugh. I'm like, yo, I'm in the theater, I'm not, you can't, but in my head, I'm like, y'all don't see this nigga coked up right now? They still hitting the joystick button, hitting yes for bombs and shit. Bloom, bloom. One giant hit Godzilla in the shoulder. Godzilla was up fucking set. Godzilla, Godzilla let loose this type of fucking shield. It was like something straight out of Dragon Ball Z. Just and pushed everything out the fucking air. The plane, the helicopters, the fighter jets, all them shits went the fuck down. I told them that. I was like, yo, son, why y'all fucking with him? Y'all just seen this nigga snort all the cocaine that came in the form of nuclear energy. Then you hear the nigga on the walkie-talkie talking about, it's just in, Godzilla is radioactive, Godzilla. So every dude got the nuclear radiation giant. That jump, Godzilla going nuclear on these niggas, right? So I'm like, all right, he coked up. So I'm thinking, like, when I'm watching this, I'm thinking, all right, Godzilla on drugs. Like this, I'm thinking this, he's at his max This all the drugs he gonna do in the movie. Wrong. This nigga did more drugs. He sniffed more coke. This nigga went to a kaiju's lair in the Arctic Circle some fucking where. And this kaiju was enveloped in like a pink aura. Had this shit going on. And it was a real aggressive and territorial monster. In its lair, its lair, Godzilla was on a path towards like some type of source of unlimited radiation. And this kaiju was in Godzilla's way. So Godzilla pulled up and knocked on the nigga. Just Godzilla was outside. Godzilla had the cocaine chew too. He and waited, and the nigga came out like, yo, what the fuck? The fuck wrong? Godzilla was knocking on the kaiju's door like Godzilla was the police with the cocaine chew. Then the kaiju came out, was like, all right, nigga, square up then, square up. So Godzilla on one, he started breathing this shit. Godzilla just, they fighting underwater and shit. So the kaiju get part of his body bit the fuck, and Godzilla just bit a chunk out that nigga body. Then the kaiju wrapped around that nigga Godzilla neck. Godzilla was struggling like shit, and his forehead came in and he bit Godzilla neck. And Godzilla just holding this shit like that. That's how I knew that nigga was coked up, because that shit hurt any fucking body. And them niggas was just doing this shit. Then you see his dorsal plates do that weird shit where they pop. They didn't pop out on some Godzilla -1 shit, but his dorsal plate started glowing blue. Like as blue as my shirt, son. On cheeseburgers. This nigga just and let loose a Kamea wave. It's like Godzilla had Goku in his mouth or something, and just Kamehameha. The nigga just, and then it flashed up, and you can see the beam just fucking destroyed every fucking thing. He killed the kaiju. So Godzilla like, yeah, nigga, nigga, know your fucking place. So this nigga Godzilla, he keep going, right? So he's in the monster. The monster he just killed, yeah, Godzilla is in his lair type shit. Like, this was peak home invasion type shit right here. That's why I say Godzilla gives no fucks about personal property. Godzilla is in this monster's lair, and it's this pink energy infused radiation shit, and Godzilla pulled out a crazy straw in the shape of Mickey Mouse and proceeded to nigga just proceeded to snort every fucking thing. So the humans, you know, they gotta give their little input on what the fuck going on, right? So the human giant, she like, oh shit, Godzilla is supercharging for something. Something's coming, something big, something epic, scary, huge. Godzilla just doing all the drugs he can find. So then it cuts. So boom, then that's when you get into Kong. So Kong down there, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Kong down there doing the fuck out one, scratching his ball sack. Like, yo, I have no fucking purpose. The humans, they took me from Skull Island. They transported me somewhere. On the way to me getting transported, the place the humans were putting me, I got attacked by a fucking lizard that was on drugs, no less. And now I helped the lizard fight a mecha lizard, and now here I am. They dropped me off in Hollow Earth. So Kong that's his new home, Hollow Earth. So the humans felt like, yo, we gonna keep Godzilla gonna be on the surface. Kong gonna be in Hollow Earth. As long as these two titans don't come across each other, there won't be another fucking situation. So yeah, Godzilla down there, King Kong, he down there, he getting chased by Hollow Earth wolves. These shits is huge as fuck. These shits are super aggressive. They chasing him. So Kong, he set up traps on some Rambo shit, right? Set up traps. The wolf was coming at us, tripped the trap, and just caved the fuck in and shit. So Kong really had his shit going. So then, he came to terms with the shit. Then he brought one back and was eating it. Then when he had the toothache and shit. So then King Kong, somehow he made his way up to the surface. And then they patched up his tooth. They gave him a tooth made out of the same shit that Wolverine body is made out of. Adamant. They gave him an adamantium tooth. So then they get that shit popping. I'm skipping over all the human shit, right? So boom, they bring Godzilla. Godzilla go back to Hollow Earth. So not Godzilla, Kong go back to Hollow Earth after he get his tooth fixed. So Kong is in Hollow Earth. He running. The humans are right there in the ship. They following him. So Kong get to his home, and the humans get to their base that they had in Hollow Earth, and they like, oh shit, the base has been attacked. And humans are trying to figure out who attacked the base. And they seen a big ass monkey hand on the fucking wall. It was like a big ass hand. It was on the fucking wall. And the humans was like, oh shit, you think Kong did that? And they were like, nah. Kong was up there getting his tooth fixed. He ain't do no shit like this. So they was like, boom. So Kong, he at home and shit on his little rock. This shit look like Pride Rock. Kong down there, he like, bored as fuck. Ain't no Nintendo or nothing for that nigga to do. So he down that bit. Then he see something. So he like, what the fuck is this? So he dig the shit up. That shit crumble. And he look. And it's a ledge. And Kong look in there. Blue beam. So Kong hop his ass in there. He like, what the fuck is this? On some adventure shit. So he looking now. He going peeping and shit. So it take him through a journey. It was like a winding cave. And he get to the bottom. He like, oh shit. It's a whole new world down here. And then you see the words subterranean earth. So I'm like, oh shit. There's an earth inside of earth that's inside of earth. And all of these earths have suns somehow. This shit is fucking miraculous, son. Yeah, I was like, flat earth debunked. So anyway, that nigga Kong, he take his ass to subterranean earth, right? Down there. Ain't been in subterranean earth no more than 10 minutes. And it's a little baby Kong. The baby Kong like... So you know, Kong, he like, there's more of me? So Kong on some, oh shit, it's a baby me like shit. Just clearly on some Esau shit, because nigga red and hairy. And Kong reach his finger out, and the baby Esau Kong bite the fucking, yeah. And Kong like, what the fuck? So then that's when adult Kongs, adult monkeys, these niggas, they like big as Kong too. They come out, they just start, they like, ugh. One nigga had the shit. They all had this mark on their chest. Ugh. So then they squared up with Kong. So Kong fighting these niggas on some Jet Li shit. Like if you seen the one, how Jet Li beat up multiple niggas, that's how Kong beat these niggas. Kong took out the trash with these niggas, right? So the little Esau, I'm gonna call him Esau. That's a little baby Kong, but red. Little baby white man Kong. Little Esau, little Edomite. Nigga was an Edomite like shit. He was out there, he was fighting with these niggas, so he was throwing rocks at Kong's head. Kong was like, so Kong picked this little nigga up, and it was another 8 approaching Kong. Kong took the baby, Jake break. Kong picked, this was my favorite part of the whole movie. Kong picked up the Edomite and smacked the fuck out of every monkey that was running at. He picked up, that's the equivalent. Let me put this in human perspective. That's like somebody using a 2-year-old as a weapon against home invaders. All right, you ever thought to pick up your kid in a fight and just smack your opponent with your kid? Just come here. He hit one nigga so hard, that's all you heard. Bop that nigga over the side of the head. I was like, this some Flintstone shit right here. So Kong beat up all these niggas. And then the Edomite, the little baby Edomite 8 was on there. So Kong had a weapon. He gave him the weapon. He's like, nah, pick up your weapon, cuz. And the little baby Edomite was all like... And then Kong was like, nigga, take me to where the fuck all you niggas came from, because I'm trying to pop with my people. Like, I'm trying to find my tribe type shit. No Jew intended. So yeah, he like, I'm trying to find my tribe. So the little baby monkey walking them to where the fuck they came from. And little baby Edomite, they in the water. They get attacked by some type of weird ass snake, amphibian frog snake thing. Water moccasin, cottonmouth, I don't know what the fuck it was. Kong made short work of that. And then the baby, all throughout this whole process, you can see the Edomite baby Kong started developing a type of respect for Kong. You know, it was like on some mentor shit. Like Kong, like you could tell little Edomite baby Kong looked up to Kong. It was, you know, you could tell Kong liked that role of having a little one. like having like a little son or something. Like he was on that type of time. So anyway, they get to the spot, right? So they get to the spot. Kong like, yo, this shit, everything on fire here. So they get there, the monkey, the Edomite, little baby, he right there, he like that. So Kong walking, and obviously it's some type of slave serfdom shit going on. Where it'll give you like Prince of Egypt vibes, like Moses, and you know, it give you vibes like that. So Kong and the Edomite baby, they walking through, and then it had to have been like a guard monkey that struck another working monkey. Bow! Because obviously this nigga didn't meet his quota. So this guard monkey just, bow! So Kong walked over to the monkey that had gotten struck. Kong picked him up, and the monkey was like, "Oh, thank you, Kong." So that way, but that what he said. He was like, "Oh, thank you, Kong." So Kong helped him up, and the guard was livid. This nigga was furious and upset. This nigga was like, got up in Kong shit, started popping hot shit, got on some shit, and Kong just, bow, hit that nigga, and he fell the fuck out, and the little Edomite baby started tripping. So I'm like, oh shit. If the little baby Edomite see Kong punch out one of the guards like this, and he start tripping, then something else coming. So sure enough, that's when Scar King make his appearance. So Scar, all you see is this nigga eyes and shit. They did a good job with Scar King too. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like people feel, I don't know what people. He remind me of a DC nigga or something like that too. Like his whole demeanor and posture and the way he carried himself, like a grimy ass. Like he was just grimy. Like he had that appeal to him. I was like, I like him. But he come out, and he had a harem of monkey bitches too. It was a harem of them bitches, and they were all breastfeeding and shit. He pulled up his. So he get out the chair. The guards started rushing Kong, and he was like, no. So he come out like on some Killmonger. He just like, and he just started sizing up Kong. This a big ass monkey too. Like, this nigga bigger than Kong. So he just started sizing up Kong. Kong had the shit. This nigga arms long as fuck too. So he pointed Kong, and he started laughing, cause Kong, I don't know, he was like he been working with people or like surface people, cause Scar King whole thing was, I'm trying to get to the surface so I can take over the surface world with my army of apes. But apparently the person that stopped Scar King from doing this was a Godzilla or some shit. So Kong, everybody laughing at Kong in there like, and then the little Edomite baby like, he talk, and Kong like, so the nigga turn around, boom, hit Kong with one with a 2-piece and a biscuit, bop bop. So Kong get up, he like, start beating his chest. That nigga just start rushing. He started rushing Scar King. Scar King is on some Jackie Chan. He's on some Donnie Yen shit. Like this nigga was practicing his Wang Chun type shit. Cause this nigga was agile as fuck. Kong swing. This nigga whoop whoop. Nigga boop, boop, did a front flip kick and kicked the shit out of Kong. And then when he kicked Kong landed over yonder. That nigga pulled his weapon out. Was like this. Ooh, 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 ooh. And everybody in the little baby Edomite was like, so that nigga Kong was like, what the fuck type shit he got going on with him? That nigga Scar King, nigga Kong grabbed the shit and tried to grab a Scar King, said, and the jank sliced Kong hand up. So his hand sliced the fuck up. So that don't, so he sliced that shit up. So he just started working Kong, just waka, and it had this little diamond or something, like infused with some type of ice ore at the end of. He just started working Kong. So Kong eventually get the shit waka, and then Kong kick his ass and then punch him, and then body slam into the ground. And Kong sitting there like, yeah, nigga, was cracking. So then that's when Scar King got up. And the guards started to rush Kong again, and Scar King was like, nah. Scar King put his shit back on and held up the little giant, the medallion, and the rock moved, and it was this whole other monster in a fucking hole, uh, in a fucking hole, and this shit just, and Kong turned around like, what type of shit y'all got going on in here? And then that's when that's when Scar King held the giant up and pointed at Kong, and that's when that giant I'm talking about this shit straight out of Pokemon, nigga, like on some Articuno shit, just a ice beam just started beam and just charged the beam and it hit Kong. Kong tried to deflect it with his axe, but that shit froze the axe and then froze Kong's hand, and Kong just bang. And then Kong was like, oh fuck, I done fucked up. I was like, Kong, you don't need to be trying to block everything. So this nigga had the ice beam. So that when Kong, he was just like, and broke the ice around it, but his hand was fucked up, nerve damage, all that shit, son. And then the kaiju, the monster that was in the hole, Scar King, the orangutan, he had the bit pointed at Kong again. That bitch let loose a fucking ice beam attack again. That shit just started cutting through rock and everything. Kong was running, and then the little baby Edomite baby monkey that was red, the little baby Edomite was like. So then when Kong, he was trying to tell Kong, like, yo, you can escape through here, cause this shit wild, son. You're not gonna win. So that's when Kong was like, all right, nigga started running, huffing it, was dodging ice beam attacks, started running through it, and then Scar King sent like 12 of his guards after Kong, and then it was running because Kong was fucked up, like his hand was fucked up, body fucked up. So he was just running, and he ran back home to his little perch over Pride Rock, or what looked like Pride Rock, just sitting there and shit. And that's when the monkeys caught up to him, and they was all like, yeah, nigga, we gonna kill you now. Kong was just backing up. And then a couple traps went off and hit a couple of them, and then Kong backed himself into a corner where it was like this little rope that would have let loose a bunch of rocks. But the monkeys were smart. They was like, yo, nigga, we not gonna do that. And you see the monkey, he stepped over. He was like, yeah, nigga, we know you set up traps around this bitch, nigga. Yeah, that's your ass. So Kong right there, he like, man, he holding this shit like a little bitch. Like a Lifetime movie or something. He just, poor me, woe is me. So he holding this shit. So then that's when the Edomite, that's when little baby Edomite come. He cut the rope with the giant and let loose. The boulders fell on the monkeys. And one of the guard monkeys held one of the other monkeys up, so the debris falling could kill him and not him. So then that's when Kong started appreciating having a little homie around and shit. Like a Jake break. Kong started to appreciate having a little homie around. So you see them walk away, and you see a hand come out the rubble, and it was one of the monkeys, one of Scar King minions and shit. So one of Scar King minions, he was like, So that way he started following Kong. So Kong already knew the way to get back to the surface. The other monkeys didn't know that shit. So Kong, him and the ape, they go back to the surface, and then the humans in there, and that's when they all like, they're like, oh shit. So then the comedic relief human, the dude, he wants some shit like, yo, I know how we can help. No, not him. It was the Steve Irwin, the Australian dude. He was like, we can help Kong go get me gauntlet. So he got the shit. They got the gauntlet and shit. And he dropped it, and then this shit just on Kong's head, right? So Kong got this Thanos like gauntlet now, and that shit got like an electrical charge. And he's like, yo, does he like it though? And Kong just held that shit up and just boom, hit the ground with that shit, and it let loose like some type of electrical charge, some type of shockwave or something. So then that's when Kong, the little baby monkey, little Edomite, so then when Kong, he was like, shit, I'm about to go to the surface, because they like, yo, the other monkey that seen Kong get to that area went back, told Scar King. Scar King mobilized his whole fucking army, or his whole army of great apes. And they just started hoofing it. He hopped on Shimu. That's the Titan with the ice powers. He hopped on Shimu back, and they just started walking everywhere Shimu walked. The ground frosted over. Shit just started freezing over. So Scar King making his way towards the area where he seen Kong at. So Kong like, shit. The little baby Edomite monkey, he like, man, you ain't gonna be able to fight these niggas alone. Like, so Kong, you can see Kong light go off, and the humans explaining shit. They overly. So Kong, obviously, he want to go to the surface and get Godzilla, but Kong doesn't know. Listen, King Kong had a plan. His plan was to go to the surface and go get Godzilla. But what Kong didn't know was that Godzilla had been doing drugs, and a lot of them, of the nuclear variety. Kong had no idea. So Kong go up there. He emerge in Egypt some fucking where. It's boom, all you see is a hand go up. Kong get to the surface and shit. He shake his shit off because Godzilla in the vicinity. So Godzilla's a junkie. Godzilla has like junkie awareness. He has a junkie sense. Like, you know how Spider-Man got a spidey sense? Godzilla got a junkie sense. So Kong is on the surface now and shit, right? He looking, he shaking himself. This nigga King Kong, I mean, he looking for Godzilla. Godzilla is up in Cairo, I don't know where the fuck he is. Maybe it was Cairo or some shit like that. Godzilla junkie senses tell him that Kong is nearby. So this nigga goes ape shit, no pun intended. Godzilla, he already pink as fuck from doing drugs that he took from the other monster's crib. This nigga just pink as fuck and overly aggressive. It just nigga roar, and then this nigga jumps, just jump right into the fucking water and start making a beeline. Hey BG, you need to retitle this. Live spoiler alerts included. Didn't I put that in the title? I put spoiler, didn't I? I won't go no more. I could have sworn, hold on. I could have sworn I put spoiler in there. I ain't even gonna say no more then. I ain't even gonna ruin it for y'all. I mean, it ain't even. You did. I'm here for the Edomite baby con. Yeah, little Edomite baby con, red hairs, little baby, little Edomite. You know. Shout out to Jacob and Esau. Yeah, I told you niggas, spoiler alert, a lot of y'all niggas ain't even gonna see the movie anyway. It's not even a movie I would, like Godzilla -1 was a movie you tell, like, yo, Ghost. This was a monsterverse, this was a legendary monsterverse movie. So if you aren't into it, like the human element was shit. But I still like the movie because it was on some, because I'm a big ass kid and it was just monsters fighting each other. So anyway, a coked up Godzilla senses that King Kong is on the surface, right? This nigga Godzilla is pink as he wanna be. And when I say pink, think Cameron in the late 90s pink. Pink shirt, polo, down to the socks, pink every fucking thing. Pink tee. This nigga Godzilla really sporting that shit on some Barbie world shit. Godzilla, he jumps off the mountain in Cairo, swims into the river, and just starts making the sea line towards Kong. So Kong like, alright, Kong getting his shit, he getting his game face on, right, Kong? Because whole time Kong's goal is not to fight Godzilla, but King Kong wants to reason with Godzilla, like, yo, hey, come to Hollow Earth with me, since I know you want some Goku shit and want to fight the strongest kaiju monsters. And the strongest monster is currently in Hollow Earth, about to fuck everything up. But that's why I said what Kong didn't realize was that Godzilla was a fucking junkie. And you ever had a friend do a sherm stick and forget that you are their friend? Like, Godzilla was shermed out, son. Godzilla forgot Kong was a previous buddy from another movie. So Godzilla pop up and he see Kong. This nigga start running. I'm talking about running on some Usain Bolt shit. I'm talking about like, nigga, Jamaica versus France. Nigga just on the track, just pew. This nigga Godzilla, his whole body, once he absorbed that much radiation, his body, he changed down to a molecular level and became more athletic. And that shit was just, it's a scary thought for real when you're dealing with some shit like that. So this nigga running, this nigga Godzilla running, and Kong is like, hey, And then Godzilla's still running, and he just right there. And King Kong is like, all right, you chill, son. Like you can stop now. Like you and Godzilla just and King Kong like, oh shit, this nigga's not gonna stop. He's obviously been doing drugs again. I thought he left that alone with the last movie. So that's when Godzilla just boom, just spear this nigga Kong, right? Just hit him with the shoulder with the traps, right? And this nigga Kong falling back. And then King Kong just started dog walking this nigga Kong. I mean, Godzilla just started. No, it was, I get these niggas mixed up. It was Godzilla start dog walking King Kong. King Kong just on the, he just helpless as fuck, but he really still not even trying to fight this nigga. Godzilla on some nigga, I'm about to hit you with all 8 cylinders, give you 1,000. That when Godzilla pulled up his foot and tried to stomp on Kong's chest like he did in the last movie. Kong rolled away, hit him with that giant. Boom! Hit Godzilla with an uppercut. That nigga Godzilla fell the fuck out. So Godzilla upset now. So then they cut. You see King Kong dragging Godzilla by the tail, trying to get him to the portal so he can throw Godzilla in the portal to go to Hollow Earth. So he just holding this shit like this. King, you know how monkeys hold shit. He doing this shit here. So Godzilla, he shake that shit off, right? Godzilla shake that shit off, and he stand up, and Kong got it, and Kong look back, and this nigga beam just started charging up from his dorsal place, and and Kong seen the pink. It was the shit turned a pretty pink color, and Kong was like, oh shit, they got what type of bedazzlement going on with this nigga? So this is and Kong and Godzilla turned around and faced Kong and just hit him with one of them giants. I'm talking about like if you seen Dragon Ball Super, it looked like black Goku black Kamehameha Rose attack. Like that shit just and it was pink. That shit was wild as fuck, man. So Kong let loose that nigga tail, started running. I'm getting to that part soon. Kong started running and shit, trying to get it. I just told him, trying to tell you spoiling my spoiler review. He's spoiling my spoiler review. But I'm gonna get it. Yeah, he didn't hit Kong, but it was close. It was close. So he running. He just running. He just the beam just the nigga that chopped the pyramid in two. So anyway, so there we go. I was in the theater and I'm watching this shit. My underarm started sweating because I'm really rooting for Kong in this movie. But Kong, this nigga Godzilla is just doing Kong dirty. I'm telling you, he did. He fucked him up. Kong is on the floor. Okay, I got it from here. Kong is on the floor. Godzilla, foot to the chest. I'm telling him, damn. Oh, son, chill, son. So Kong on the floor. Godzilla foot on Kong's chest. Kong cannot move. Godzilla weighs a mega fuck ton. Yo, son, just chill out, son. So here we go. This nigga Godzilla starts charging his beam, and there's nowhere for Kong to run, right? Something like Godzilla got that man pinned down, just started, and you can see like the energy blast about to do something, and then Kong just like, some bullshit, I'm going out like this. I just met a little baby Edomite Kong and everything, and this shit, it's a shame my life got to end. So then that's when Mothra come out of nowhere and just and hit. He told you, and Mothra came out of nowhere and hit Godzilla with a blast, and Godzilla turned around like, who the fuck hit me? What? Bitch, you hit me? Didn't I tell you in the 50s when we were fighting, don't hit me, don't interfere? I try to tell him. So he just like, all right. So I'm like, boom. So there go Kong. I'm like, Kong was just saved by Mothra some fucking time. So Mothra starts doing this monster speak to Godzilla, and obviously Kong doesn't speak this language. So Godzilla just, he looked like, Godzilla still looks high as fuck, but he looked like he's understanding what Mothra is saying, because Mothra is on some shit like that bird right there doing, right? So that's when Kong like, really, this what it takes for you to chill the fuck out? So that's when Godzilla just like, ooh. So Godzilla like, all right, let's go. And Kong is like, really, nigga? That's what I've been trying to tell you. So that's when. So Godzilla and Kong, they jump into the portal to Hollow Earth. By this time, Scar King and Shimu, the ice power kaiju monster, they have already got to the point where the ancestral people are at, and they fucking shit up, right? So they come. So then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, uh, you just see it, they come in like a meteor, just boom, and then this shit crash, and then Scar King on Shimu back, looking like, what the fuck is that? And that's when you get to the scene where you see Godzilla running with Kong, and these two niggas, they just running, and Godzilla is just, he must have did a line between the last frame of him agreeing to go to Hollow Earth and him falling to the ground, because that nigga, when he got up from that crater, that nigga was coked up again. He was coked up with 5 Monster Energy drinks on a belt he had around. So he just started running, right? Niggas running. So that's when Scar King just like, oh, he point his soldiers that way. Godzilla is fucking everything up. That's when he see the threat in Godzilla, and the nigga held up the device and was like, shh. So that's when this nigga Shimu shoot a ice beam at Godzilla and hit him. Just his shit start freezing over, right? So this nigga shit start freezing over. I'm like, oh shit. But then I'm like, yo, this Godzilla, and this nigga's on a lot of coke. And then Godzilla just bust out the ice, just he must have did a line while he was in the ice, because this nigga came out the little ice more coked up than what he was when he was running. So he just, and then he hit him, boop, 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 bam, Kamehameha. Hit Shimu with a Kamehameha wave. So Godzilla and Shimu, they rumbling. They, all you see is furniture moving, and that's all you hear. They fighting. Scar King minions is beating on King Kong, and then the little Edomite baby ape, he helping Kong fight off the minions and shit. So little baby ape, he putting in, little Edomite putting him in work. So he putting in work, furniture moving and shit. He throwing rocks at other money, throwing rocks at people and shit. So that's when the two pyramids, they had come together to do some anti-gravity shit. So to keep the army of apes and Shimu from reaching the surface, that shit stopped because Shimu hit that shit with an ice beam. And long story short, Shimu and Scar King, they fall to the surface because the anti-gravity shit, so they go through a portal, and that shit just, and Kong left his axe in there, and Kong was trying to reach for his axe, so boom, now they in Brazil. They in Rio de Janeiro on the fucking beach right there fighting. But Scar King like, oh shit, I'm on the surface. This what this nigga wanted for so long. He like, yo, I'm on the surface. Here goes Shimu. So Shimu just froze a whole fucking tidal wave. It just on some Ice Age shit, just Ice Age commandment shit, just and nigga just start fucking shit up, right? Scar King just start killing people, just stepping on people like, oh shit, little people. Oh fuck, I'm big as fuck. Just started. And then that's when you see King Kong, he tackle a nigga, boom, hit him with the traps of the shoulders, boom, knock the wind out of him. But he got that giant, he got the spinal weapon that started fucking Kong up. And then Shimu is attacked, so now it's 2-on-1. It's Shimu and Scar King versus King Kong. So they fighting, and then of course Godzilla gotta have his coked up moment. Not only did he do a line, he did dabs and dabbed his gums with it. Had the cocaine chew. All you see is Godzilla bust out the ice on some God of War shit, on some Kratos shit. Just nigga, God, this nigga, and you know he was coked up because one of his eyes was. Nigga started running towards Shimu, because Shimu was about to hit Kong with an icy blast and was about to freeze this nigga. So he started running. This nigga Godzilla, and Shimu big as fuck. Shimu bigger than Godzilla too. But Godzilla little ass, he coked. When you coked up, you don't give a fuck. He just hit that nigga Shimu with a mean giant, with a shoulder giant. I'm like, this athletic ass Godzilla is on some other shit. And then he hit him with that jump. blah, and then Shimu hit that, just start spraying the ice beam every fucking where, destroyed the whole, everybody, just all personal property destroyed, all public property destroyed, all bridges. In this movie, I counted like at least 8 bridges that got destroyed, and I was like, yo, this shit too soon, son. Like, you just Francis Scott Keyed some shit ton of bridges in this fucking movie. Like, but Godzilla was on some good boy shit though, like a little German Shepherd, because after each fight with a lesser kaiju, he went into the Coliseum and just balled up and went to, and took a nap and shit on some good boy shit. So here he is fighting in Rio de Janeiro. Just, so he charged up the beam, hit a beam. They got a beam on, blah, blast them all, and there you go. So Shimu ain't worried about Godzilla because he keep flinging that nigga away. Shimu was trying to take out Kong. Scar King is trying to take out Kong. This was about Kong. They were trying to wipe that nigga out. Godzilla was just a junkie in the fucking way. So it gets to a point where Kong gets pinned down again, and Shimu is about to hit this nigga with an ice blast to the face, but Kong hit Shimu. But Godzilla hit Shimu with the Baja Blast Kamehameha wave of the Goku Black Rose kind. This shit was pink as fuck. Hit him with that giant bone. So Shimu don't know who the fuck to fight, but Scar King controlling that nigga was telling him, no, get calm. Like, kill this nigga. So then they get the rumbling. Then it cut to the scene where little baby Edomite, baby Edomite, he's still in Hollow Earth, about to go through the portal to go to Brazil on the surface. And he see Kong's weapon, so he like, so he grabbed Kong's weapon. It's like, yeah, I'm like, bet. So I'm like, bet. So then when he get up with Kong, and little baby Edomite gave Kong his axe, and then that's when Kong started going beast mode on Scar King, just started, and they started fucking him up, and Shimu ain't know who the fuck to attack, and then Kong just, boom, hit that nigga with a mean right with the, boom, and then Godzilla turned around with the tail and just, boom. I'm talking like, hit him with one of them joints, and then that's when, oh, mourning dove. Hey, mourning dove, big-breasted mourning dove sitting there looking like that. They look like moms. They look like, they got, it's a mourning dove. So Godzilla, boom, hit it like the assist, the alley hoop. So then that's when this shit, and then Scar King just, but then that's when Kong cut the waka, and then the weapon, the giant that controls Shimu go flying over yonder and shit. So they start struggling for it, and then that's when ultimately that shit, Kong end up busting that shit, and that shit, boom, hit a beam and a little shockwave, and they go that way and they go that way. So Scar King is backed into a corner. What a fucking woodpecker? You just gonna do that now? So Scar King is backed into a corner. So here we have King Kong and Godzilla. They about to put the paws on Scar King. Scar King is telling Shimu, who is now sitting over there looking confused as a hooker in church with the face. And he's like, Scar King like, no, get attacked. What are you doing? And Shimu just like, because Shimu was no longer under the control of Scar King. So he just said, Shimu just sitting there on some, don't know what to do. So that's when they they start bodying Scar King, and then that's when Shimu is like, get up! And Scar King got the shit kicked out of him, and he was like, get up! And then that's when Shimu just fired up the ice beam and hit Scar King with it and froze that nigga. So that's that. And then they go back to Hollow Earth, and then at the end, I was happy for Kong, because Kong finally found his tribe, his people, whatever the case, whatever you want to call them. And he got a little baby Edomite stepson now. But not only that, I was happy for Kong because he had a pet, Shimu. I was like, that's a great pet to have, so that the next time you run into Godzilla don't beat the fuck out you again. Because every time you run across Godzilla, he beat the shit out you. Godzilla may think twice now before attacking you. You got a pet. Like, so Godzilla rolled on Shimu's back to his monkey people, and it just held the axe up, and the little baby Edomite was right there on some. And that's when everybody stopped doing the slave work from Prince of Egypt, and was just, they were like, oh shit, Kong, like I guess Kong finally became king. Like he's king. Like he ended, the movie ended with Kong becoming King Kong. Like he got a people to rule over, all that shit. He got a kick-ass pet named Shimu, who was responsible for the fucking ice age. They got weird ice powers. Um, and he in Hollow Earth, so now he got people. So I'm like, man, that's what's up. And then Godzilla coked up ass. This nigga, not only was he coked up, he drank like several Mickeys, and it was crushed up cans of Coors Light. And Godzilla coked out at. He went back to the Coliseum and balled up and went to sleep. Oh, yeah, no fuck giving. I was like, yo, Godzilla's not even gonna remember this tomorrow. That's how fucked up he was. Godzilla gonna wake up like, yo, what the fuck happened? What happened all last week? With a Coors Light and an ashtray full of cigarette butts, and that's the end of the movie. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was beautiful BGM, emotionally invested now. Yeah, but it wasn't, it was a good movie for the reasons I told you. But it and in the theater we went to, I was uncomfortable because it had like these little tiny seats, and you feel like you're on an airplane. I was like, uncomfortable, and then it's like they had the heat on. I was like, why the fuck is the heat on? There's a whole bunch of people, like all seats were filled. There's a whole bunch of fucking people, and the lady next to me was sweating. I'm talking about like right here, like you had to share armrests with strangers. She was over there sweating. I was sweating because I thought Kong was about to get crushed. So, you know, that's when your underarm sweat, you start getting hot. I'm like, shit, it's hot in here. The fucking AC on. People breathing, shit getting hotter, you know. But we had a good time. It was a fun movie. You probably gonna read the reviews, or I don't know what people are really saying about it, review-wise, but I do know a lot of people are comparing it to Godzilla Minus One, apples and oranges. I do appreciate Godzilla Minus One. That is a run tell that movie. That's the type of movie to write home about. Godzilla, Kong is not the type of movie to write home about. This is something you see, it's fun. Like you want to have a date night or something, or your kids want to go see. Yeah, in the action, it's action packed. I don't see ladies really like my wife. She enjoyed it, but she's Godzilla Minus One was way better. But I like it because I'm a big kid, like I'm a big boy at heart, and like the action figures and toys and like that shit, man, that shit was dope. Visually, I felt like it was decent. It wasn't as bad as what people were saying. Storytelling was dog shit, and the little giant, the girl that couldn't, she it was fucking annoying. Okay, like the Maori, the last of her Maori tribe or whatever the fuck, and she was like, I don't belong up here. That's why I didn't cover any of the human element in my review, because the human element was dog shit. But it added to the overall story in its own way, and it wasn't that bad. It was bearable, and I was there for the monster fights and a coked up Godzilla. Why else would you see a legendary MonsterVerse Godzilla film, or a film that has Godzilla in it, if you're not there to see a coked up Godzilla destroy other monsters? You know? That's what that is. See, in Godzilla Minus One, it had a better story and a better character arc because Godzilla didn't have that much screen time. What Godzilla can't do is carry a movie. Kong can carry, this is my opinion, Kong can carry a movie better than Godzilla. I'm talking about a movie where it's just focused on the monster. Kong can carry a movie better than Godzilla because Kong is more relatable. Human features, you know, the nigga, and he just like speak. Kong speak like several languages or some shit. Like he was like cuz be throwing up gang signs to the little girl like they speak the same language. So Kong's more relatable. He's easier to work with. Godzilla is just a junkie, son. Like I don't know. That's why in Godzilla -1, I think Godzilla in that movie had like 15 minutes of screen time. But he didn't have that much for a Godzilla movie. And that was because they focused on the character building and the arcs more than the actual monster. And when when Godzilla did show up on film, the point, the the storyline, like it made sense. And you were already invested in these characters you were rooting for. So you don't root for Godzilla in Godzilla -1. But in the MonsterVerse legendary Godzilla movies, you root for Godzilla. You see what I'm saying? But as far as Godzilla -1 goes in the Japanese studios, there's only so many movies you can make about a big monster destroying a city before the shit gets boring. That's why I do like the MonsterVerse, the legendary Godzilla, because it's not just Godzilla destroying city. Like he has a task. He has a mission. Godzilla isn't just a mindless. He is, and he's on drugs. But his purpose isn't to fuck with humanity. It's to fuck with the monsters. Like this nigga Godzilla feel like the whole earth is his territory. All of it. So he'll swim to whatever country, whatever continent. If there's a monster there that he felt like, yo, son, you in my territory. And the monster was like, but you way the fuck over there. Godzilla like, nigga, the whole earth is my territory, nigga. And the monster just like, oh shit. Yeah, so you root, you watch the movie expecting two different things. One, you rooting for Godzilla. The other one, you rooting for the people. So that's why I say it's apples and oranges. That movie, Godzilla Kong, isn't meant to be compared to Godzilla -1. It's two different types of movies and two different renditions of Godzilla too. Two totally different renditions of Godzilla. But yeah, man, that's how. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I like monsters fighting though. So, you know, like some like y'all in the more into like y'all, you know, BG coming for critical drinker's job. I don't even know who that is, but man, sometimes you just got to enjoy yourself. I think some people going to movies with higher expectations, and when there's things you can't, like some people they just can't enjoy life in general. Like it's some movies is like, man, this movie is dog shit. But for what it is, it was a good movie. It was a good monster flick. I mean, there's already a level of stupidity because you got 300, 800-foot monsters going at it. Um, but even the human element, there's very little human element in that movie in particular. Like it wasn't a whole bunch of people trying to figure out how to stop Godzilla. Like that shit gets old. Like -1, they did it good, but to do another movie like that where a bunch of people come together trying to figure out how to stop Godzilla from just doing a whole bunch of drugs and destroying the town, is you can't. But when you add Mothra, when you start adding Godzilla's old nemesis and rivals, the story, a unique storyline can take shape. But you still gotta know how to do it. Me personally, I could have did that Godzilla Kong movie way better than how they did it. But me personally, I feel like Godzilla X Kong was better than King Kong versus Godzilla. I feel like it was better than that. And then I really like how Kong found his people, man. Kong was just lonely as fuck. And he was a baby in Skull Island. He was like, they like, yo, he a baby. They were like, that's a big ass baby monkey. And he was like, he the last of his kind. Whole time his people in Hollow Earth. So then he became king of them too. So and he earned it. And Godzilla was just the junkie that was along for the ride. Godzilla was like, yeah, I'll help out. I'm on drugs anyway. Fuck it. I'm not gonna remember this tomorrow when I wake up. But yeah, 2 questions left and then I gotta go. I feel like I watched the whole movie. That's why I said spoiler. I spoil shit. Don't do that. You know that. I mean it in a boring way. Jessica, I'm the anomaly and hated Dune. I can't get into it. Yeah, Dune wasn't really my cup of tea neither. It was a little slow, but I guess you had like a lot of people read the books and were into it that way, but just diving into it, man, you know. I mean, a futuristic dystopian alien world, with the it was decent. It wasn't a bad. I watched the first one. I don't plan on watching the second one. I do. I'll watch the second one, but it gotta come out on like Hulu or Netflix or wherever Max or something first. I'm not going to theaters and watching that. And one of the main reasons I went and watched Godzilla X Kong in theaters is because I was like, shit, I'm gonna give the new Godzilla movie the same respect I gave Godzilla minus one, because I seen Godzilla minus one in theaters. So I was like, I'm gonna just boss up and watch that one in theaters too, so I can get a good comparison of the two. But yeah, Dune isn't my cup of tea. What time is dinner? Uh, about another 3 hours. Matter of fact, I'm about to fire up this grill and put some wings on and do my rendition of the lemon honey glazed habanero wings. Matter of fact, I'm about to go do that now. I'm out. I'm out of here, man. I'm out.